sometimes during the day, I think of a quote and, you know, I ponder on that quote and I try to, think of how that quote can better my life. So, one quote of today that I've been thinking about is stop consuming, start creating. And a lot of y'all out there can just like hear that quote and instantly know what needs to be done. Like, cause a lot of y'all got social media accounts, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got a lot of friends, y'all be lit, doing this and that, partying, you know what I'm saying? Dressing good, all this and that. You doing all this consuming, you know what I'm saying? Spending money here, this and that. We need to start creating, you know what I'm saying? I know I say this because a lot of y'all have it in y'all. This like I ain't gonna lie. I think Gen Z is the generation of, you know, people who are way more like comfortable putting themselves out there, to social media, because and we can say that, because back then, maybe like early 2000s, 80s, 90s, you know, social media wasn't really as prominent back then, but at the same time, that's the whole point. We grew up with social media, so I feel like Gen Z, you know, we got a lot of creativity, and you could just look at it. A lot of things that Gen Z is doing nowadays, that shit has never been done before. There was never streamers. There was never any streamers until now. Now there's streamers everywhere. There was never really any famous YouTubers until early 2000s. You feel me? This is what we grew up on. So I feel like, you know, it's damn near secondhand nature, bro. Start creating something, bro. Like, cause I know you got it in you. I know you more than capable of creating something. And the thing is, one major issue that we all have, including me, is we spend a lot of time buying certain things, spending money here and there, because this channel is based around financial, freedom and financial management. So I'm heavy on, managing your money properly, managing your money wisely. So stop all that consuming. A lot of us can relate to the fact that we always spend money on certain things that we don't need. A lot of y'all be like buying hella food and you don't need to be eating that much food. You feel me? Because I'm saying this because I know a lot of y'all, including me, is like, starting our, journey in terms of fitness. So it's like that could be one thing that you might need to cut down on. Stop all that, DoorDash late night. And I'm still having trouble with DoorDash too. Feel me? But boom. Another thing, a lot of y'all like to be fresh a lot. And I know it's I know because a lot of y'all are still in high school, still in school in general, college, whatever it may be. You got a lot of friends, a lot of people around that you want to impress. But at a certain point, you have to grow up and focus on what matters. And your finances come first. So like, I'm gonna keep it real. The for the guys watching, the females don't they care. But at the same time, if you that nigga, they don't care. Like they going regardless. And for the females, I know y'all be going crazy too, like on the lashes, hair, with the whoop, cut all that shit out. Cause and for the females, it's even simpler for y'all because it's well known that we don't care about all them wigs and lashes. Like men like natural women, so get that situated. But for the guys, stop thinking you need to be fresh every day, every week, and on top of that, stop popping out so much, bro. Like I get it, you feel me? Like I get it. You don't want to be looking a certain way. You want to present yourself in a certain way, but at the same time, you have to get yourself in order. A lot of y'all be out here, y'all be outside fresh as hell with no bag, no motion, no income, just broke, but at the same time fresh. And that's at some point it's going to show that you don't got no money. You feel me? That's the one thing that I've realized in life. When you grow up, gang, at a certain point, your friends, everyone around you is gonna start having certain shit when in terms of being an adult. Cars, their own crib. You feel me? Certain friends gonna start leveling up. They're gonna start moving out of state. You feel me? Certain things gonna start happening. So it's like if you keep going, and this ain't even just for guys. This for the females too. But if you go a certain, time without getting your shit together, it's gonna show. And you don't want to be that person, bro. I say this a lot, bro, because I'm like I really want to preach managing your time and focusing on what you're putting your energy towards. A lot of us spend a lot of time on social media just looking for the next trend. You know what I'm saying? And trying to fit in with everybody. You need to take time to say fuck that. Take time and work on yourself. Take time to learn new skills, learn new things, figure out what you want to do in this world because a lot of us don't even have this world figured out. A lot of us come out of high school and we don't even know what we want to do. Like me, I came out of high school and I did not know what I wanted to do. You feel me? I came out and I just figured I didn't want to waste time in college. You feel me? And I'm so glad I didn't go because student debt is a real thing, and I think a lot of if not majority of people that went to college is dealing with student loans that they regret gaining. So, but I say that to say hey, when I came out of high school, bro, I just got a job and I would just focus on saving up money to purchase the things that I thought mattered, like getting a car, getting a crib, things of that nature. But and I'm honestly grateful that I took that route because I wouldn't have wasted, so much time being caught up in college. I got the time now to focus on my craft and focus on other things that I want to build up. And if you coming up, man, it really don't matter how old you is, bro. If you really want to fix your life, because I know a lot of us, we aren't in situations that we want to be in. Like a lot of us aren't what we want to be at in life. A lot of us still have so many dreams and we have so many things that we want to accomplish. So, knowing that you gotta lock the fuck in, bro. You have to like change. You gotta like stop doing certain things that you always used to do. And this is why I say, you know, stop consuming, start creating. Find something to create. You know, like I look at some streamers like Kai Snap for instance. Like it's easy to see what he has done right and be like, oh okay, he been doing a lot of cringe shit or whatnot. Some people may view like certain sleepovers he did, certain mafia thons he did as cringe. But at the same time, he's being creative in his own way. He's doing something different, and guess what? He's not caring about what other people think about him. And I'm not saying that like go be a streamer, go do this and that. I'm just saying forget how other people feel about you because a lot of us coming up, or even like in our older stages of life, we still are surrounded by people who judge us and have certain views on us, and a lot of us move based off of that. A lot of y'all can relate to moving based off how other people view you. So if other people view a certain way, you're gonna move a certain way. But you have to stop doing that. You have to move how you want to move in life. But not even just how you want to move, you have to move smart. But at the same time, do you. Just cause somebody view you a certain way don't mean you have to stick to what that image that they have of you in their head. And like don't let what I just said go over your ears and shit. Like just because somebody views you a certain way, that don't mean you have to be that image that they view you. You need to change and be who you want to be in this life. And I honestly think what I just said is real as hell because like a lot of us come up and our parents like we don't have the same healthy home as a lot of other people grew up having. So it's like you might have toxic parents, you might have toxic siblings, you might have a toxic, you know, spouse, a relationship that's like you can tell certain people viewing you a certain way and you just want to break out of that. You want to become the person that you always dreamed of being, like So, and in order for you to do all that, you have to stop consuming and start creating. Find your passion and start. I cannot say this and like listen. I'm not even seeing the results that I want to see, but just imagine 2 months from now, and or 3 months from now, 4 months from now, where I start seeing some results that I want to see. That's gonna be so much proof, and not even just me because I've watched certain YouTubers grow their channel. I've watched certain people, you know, achieve success in life, and we all done this, and we've all seen this. It's so many examples out there in this world, but it's like you have to want it, bro. Like you literally gotta want to change your life. If you don't want to change your life, you're not gonna have the discipline or even the want to like get up and work towards your passion every day. Like I'm working every day. Like so you gotta just get in that mode. You have to like say, fuck this, I'm not wasting time. I'm finna get in this mode and I'm finna work hard as fuck. And I'm not saying to do whatever. Like a lot of y'all be out here trying to scam, do this and that. I'm not even gonna judge nobody's hustle. You feel me? But you want to do the right thing, in my opinion, so that you can, live a comfortable life. You want to be able to, enjoy all of your, you know, the things that you worked so hard for. You want to be able to enjoy that. You don't want to have any issues in the future, because you've been doing some dumb shit. So make sure you're doing things the right way too. And I cannot stress this more than enough. Coming up on your journey and finding a path that you want to be on, finding a craft, keep a job, bro. If you don't have a job, or it don't even got to be a job, but as long as you have income that's consistent enough. Like some of y'all might be YouTubers, some of y'all might be, yeah, some of y'all might have a certain career or whatever it is. As long as you have a consistent income early on in your journey of building up value for yourself, then you'll be fine. You always want to have a consistent income because you don't ever want to be struggling. You cannot focus on your craft if you're struggling financially. So get that situated first, bro. Don't forget that, because a lot of people be coming on here and they get, they be rushing it. They want to like just hurry up and jump into the motion and jump into the water. You can't do that. You got to learn how to swim first. Feel me? Like for instance, I know a lot of people on the internet that like start day trading and that's all they do. They say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna quit my job," but they don't make the right decisions, so they quit their job. They don't have a stable source of income. They don't have a certain amount of savings stacked up to be able to move and make decisions comfortably. So now they're just putting themselves in a rabbit hole. Like and once you like start thinking the same way, once you like change how you view money, once you learn how to manage your money properly, you'll see other people's situations and you'll just look at it like, damn, they literally did it to themselves. Like a lot of people do a lot of dumb shit and fuck up their situation as far as financially speaking. Like some people make dumb decisions, spend all their money on their credit cards, never pay them back, never pay back certain, loans, bills, whatnot, and they got, and the certain amount of bills that they gotta pay increased, and guess what? The income that they're getting in per month hasn't increased. It stays stagnant or decreased, and that is why a lot of people struggle a lot because they just be making wrong decisions. So, you know, take it, if you find yourself, thinking about, purchasing something nice, something flashy, or buying something that you don't need, bro, you know, take a few seconds to think about it. Think about your future. Think about where you want to be at in the future. Because a lot of us let time slip. We do certain things, have fun, and just waste time for so long without realizing how much time we're wasting. And then we get older, and then we start having so much regrets. We start coming to the internet, telling everybody our experiences, what we've been through, and what we wish we should have done. So this is why, take what I'm saying and take it serious, bro. Don't let it just go through one ear out the other. Cause you don't want to look back and be like, damn, you know, I could have changed my life. I probably wouldn't have been, a super rich millionaire, but I could have changed my life and achieved some sort of financial freedom. See, that's the goal. Like, I'm not saying you have to be overly rich and gain millions of dollars. I'm just saying I believe that we all can achieve financial freedom. Financial freedom is only being able to pay all your bills without any stress. That itself is enough. Everybody would be cool with just that freedom, being able to pay all their bills without having no stress. Everybody can agree that living like that is damn near heaven. Not having to worry about any bills or not having to worry about any money or anything of that nature. You're blessed if you're able to live like that. So, you know, you don't gotta be the biggest fish in the tank. You don't gotta be the richest guy or the richest female. It's all about just making sure that you prioritize your life, your situation, so that you can live a good life. We all want to wake up and enjoy our days. A lot of us can relate to the fact that we have to work a lot, like a lot of physical labor. The whole goal is to do less physical labor. I'm not trying to push out that mindset because if everybody thought like that, then certain things wouldn't get done throughout the world. But I'm just saying, you know, for a lot of people who want to, gain financial freedom and live a certain lifestyle, you're not going to be doing a lot of physical labor once you achieve that type of value for yourself. People with businesses, assets, they don't do as much physical labor as regular people do because they have assets, they have value. You know what I'm saying? So Hey man, find out what you want in this world and work towards that. That's all I gotta say, bro. Because on this journey, on this channel, we focus on elevating our lives, man. And that's all we gonna push out is positivity and things that can help you change your life for the better. And stay tapped in, bro. I am finna start a 90-day run real soon, so stay tapped in for that. Cause you know, like I said in the previous video, you need to hop on the wave if you haven't heard of the 90-day runs. Hop on the wave. Start now, or start as soon as you can. If you don't have a job, get a job and take a few months of staying down, living below your means, not buying excessive things that's unnecessary, trying to save as much money as you can so that you can prep for the future, so that you can have money to build something. You can have money to start up a business. You can have money to, take certain risks. Because look, a lot of people right now are taking risks that they can't even afford to take. A lot of people, like I said before, a lot of people start their craft without a job, without a stable income. That is, you know how big of a risk that is, gang. Like you can literally fuck up your journey and make it take 5 years longer to even come near the success you want to achieve because you fucked up financially. See, that's what I'm saying. We don't have time to waste. You have to like view time as more important than money. At a certain point, you damn near do because if you waste, like you can waste money all day and make more money. A lot of people spend millions on bullshit and still make more millions. Like, if you're a millionaire and you spending thousands of dollars every day on bullshit, it's okay because you're a millionaire. You got a lot of money to, be still cool. You can handle that. But time, you can't waste time and get it back. You can spend a rack. You can spend, you know, you can spend a dub. You can spend you. I mean, you can throw that shit away and you'll get it right back. You can't get time back. So this is why I'm saying, man, manage your time wisely and focus on changing your life now. Like, don't worry about other people's opinions or views of you. Just say fuck it and just jump out there and start. But make sure you move smartly. Make the right decisions. Move smart so that you can be okay. Because the second you start fucking up, the second you start getting off your grind, making dumb decisions, you're gonna be struggling. And that is the main thing that we are trying to avoid on this channel is struggling financially. So that's all I got for today's video, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all next one, man. Peace out.